Wealth Wednesday. We are live and we are trading gold. I'm actually got it's a fun morning this morning. I'm going to show you a cool little indicator I use to trade gold. That's been pretty successful. Got a win this morning already. That's why I'm a little bit late. Had to jump on the trade. Couldn't miss it. Couldn't miss it. I think I made like 120 bucks here real quick. In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to go ahead and jump right over there. If you're thinking about you would like to learn how to trade, jump in some classes, do like I did, this stuff can be a lot of fun. For sure. So there should be a link somewhere in my bio. If you're over on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share if that's something that you want to do. You're getting value out of this. I'll show you this indicator. It's sort of simplistic. It's probably what you would call more of a retail type kind of setup for a retail trader idea versus a bank concept trading idea. Either way, it's got, I think I'm now at, just since I started playing with this on Monday, I've had 9 or 10 straight wins in a row. All of them very, very quickly, just in a few minutes time frame each one. But this morning was pretty good. So I'm just watching the chart. So we're going to talk about this. I'm going to be watching my MT4 here, looking at trades and how they go. Let's see. Let me mark this right here. Yep, right there. And to right there. There we go. So one of the indicators that I use is called chandelier, and I'm going to scroll back here. I'm going to show you some really, really cool stuff. You'll notice I have Heikin-Achi candles running in the background. Again, I'm going to keep an eye on my chart here. Goal is to get, if this runs the way it's running, if it comes back to the coordinates that it does based on some stuff from yesterday, see, it should come right back to, I don't know why I have that in purple. That should be in green. I know why I had that in purple, because that's where I was at yesterday. That's where price was floating around yesterday. So it's probably going to come back to that. So let me clear this out of here. Okay, that's good. That's good. So this is the chandelier. If you're jumping on, feel free to chime in. If you're currently trading, actively trading, I'm going to run all the way back here. Give me a second. I want to get back to the back. Trying to keep an eye on the MT4. And not yet. All right. We're going to come to that one here in just a minute. Come back here, getting back to some of my trades. And you'll see the ellipticals that I use are just where I entered a trade at, using this very, very cool phone. We'll start right here. We don't have to go all the way back. So using the chandelier, I get buy signals, right? I get open and close signals depending on what I'm doing. I use the MACD as a backup plan to be able to do that, to run these together. So the way this works, right, in the chandelier, I've got Heikin-Achi candles. You're going to get either a sell signal or a buy signal. This takes a little bit of practice, so I'd recommend, if you're going to do this, that you do it on a demo account, right? That you set it up on a demo account. Simply go into the indicators, search for chandelier. It'll pop over these little indicators, and you're set up and ready to go. The ellipticals don't come along with. That's just for me to mark where I've entered. I'm on the 1 minute chart. I'm using Heikin-Achi candles. You can use other candles. Of course, I've got my MT4 open on my phone. That helps me enter and close trades. So, for example, using the MACD in conjunction with this, you'll notice I got a sell signal right here, right? I've got a sell signal that popped in. It's going to start opening, so I'm going to open my trade on my phone on a sell. The reason I'm opening is because I've got a red dot here. I'm way above, and I notice I've got a big gap between my two lines on my MACD, and I apologize. Somebody told me what they're called. I don't remember what they are right now, but we'll just call them the yellow line and the red line, or the gold line and the red line, whatever you want to call it. And I'm looking for a large gap, right? And I'm looking for the gap to run along here. And I'm also watching Heikin-Achi candles. And the rule of Heikin-Achi candles, when you've got big candles, there's a trade. When they start to get small, they're starting to close out. But I'm also watching my MT4 on the chart to close that out as well. So when it starts to turn on me, I simply close the trade. Now you notice it got really small and you got a lot of buyers and sellers who jumped in the market. And then it turned around and it jumped back in. And again, this is a very short buy that you could have jumped in. You've got a lot of gaps in here. We're still above the zero. And some of these are counter trend trades. You'll notice there's above the zero, but I did a sell on this one. I profited on that one. Here's another one. Here's another example on how I'm using the chandelier. Setting this up right now. I'm watching this on my phone for the trade that's gonna happen here in just a second, so I can hit this buy as soon as this turns around. Got a sell on this one. Enter the sell right here. Closed it right here, based on the fact that my candle started getting really, really small. Right. I didn't pay in much. I could have stayed in. See, there's a lot of gap in this, but I also on my MetaTrader, it started going in the other direction. So I went ahead and closed it to maintain the profit. Right. So I was in profit, in profit, in profit, in profit. It started to slow down a little bit. So I went ahead and closed the trade right here. Again, it takes both. Right. It's not an exact science. I could have waited down here, but I probably would have had less profit if I would have waited to come to this area on the sell, because there was a lot. If I go to traditional candles, you'll see why. Oh, man. It just left the scene of the crime here. And come back. We'll come back to that there in just a second. Let's see where we're at. So as you can see right here, this is the trade I was talking about. You'll notice I entered right here, right on the sell. I entered right here. It opens up a little bit different on traditional candles. I opened up right here and I got out right here. You'll notice there's a couple of buyers jumped in. I went ahead and just closed at this point because I started going in the opposite direction for profit. Not a big deal. I probably could have stayed in and stayed till this candle closed, but I wanted to just go ahead and I got out, right? Made some money, right? It's about making money. Didn't do anything in this crazy run up here. Probably could have, but just a lot of buyer sellers, buyer sellers, buyer sellers. So I would have probably had profit. No, it would have worked its way up to this point where I got another really nice sell indicator in this spot here. Again, Heikinachi. I want to switch over Heikinachi candles. I like them better. And we'll refresh and we'll just scroll back over there. How's that? Keeping an eye on my current trading situation there. Yeah, it's fixing to blow up. It's fixing to blow up. It's fixing to blow up. Got a sell indicator. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to come right back to that here in a second. I'm not going to belabor this forever. Get back over here. Who's excited for Christmas? I like Christmas. I like being able to, like, example, make $500 in just a few minutes on a trade like that. Very exciting, very exciting. It's very exciting. So again, back here, looking at getting in at the sell point here, looking at my MACD, got a huge gap in this area. Nice little profit. Now, here's what happened on this one. This one sort of caught me just a little bit as I stayed in the trade because I didn't see this, and it turned and it spiked, right? There was a crazy spike right here, and it jumped. So I went into some drawdown, and I just hung out. I set my take profit right here, right? I set a take profit right here. In this area, actually, this arrow needs to come down to right about there. And I closed out my trade. Why is this? This is wrong. That's why my purple line was there. Okay, so I moved it. My take profit should have been right where I have my take profit here. Let me scoot that up. Okay, now making sense. Yep, there we go. I know I set stuff and then I went and moved it. So I set this up and I put my take profit just below, somewhere right in this area. Just below this candle right here, I set my take profit to come in. And I watched this. So I was in drawdown for a little while here. And this was drawdown. It was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It wasn't very long. Had some drawdown here, but I set my take profit. As soon as it hit here, I had profit on this particular one. And I opened the trade back here. So just let it run. Wasn't very long, let it run, and just open this trade right around 3 o'clock, 2:55, and close it out about 2:40 or 5:45, somewhere in that area. So just not too long, just about 2 hours and 45 minutes. The trade was open, and again, just looking at these, right? Looking at these using the MACD. I was out doing something else, which was nice, so I got that closed. Using my MACD here would have been another awesome opportunity to enter a trade. See the MACD. Got my red indicator here, got my open bar here, and hold on, let me jump over there real quick because I do not want to miss this trade. Let me see where we're going here. Yeah, and this is another indicator. I jumped in, I grabbed this trade right here this morning. It started to range on me, started to consolidate on me here. I got sellers that jumped in the market. Now I'm waiting for it to continue. It's going to come to here. It's just, this is like the magic area this week. It's going to come right back here. I'm just waiting for my MT4 to turn just a little bit, but it's going to end up back up here. It may even push through this and come all the way up here somewhere. We will see. But for right now, my first target goal is to get right here. And it's turning a little bit, so I think I've got a little bit of time. Yeah, we'll see that. I want to come back to my 500 area that I want to show you really quick. Again, another awesome opportunity right here, right? This was a 1 o'clock in the morning run right up there. Really, really nice. Here's another opportunity here. See the MACD, see the space between these. MACD is another nice opportunity right here. This is the only indicators I'm using in a sort of a weird scalping type kind of move, right? But it's nice. For example, on this move right here, right, from this right here to right here, this is 2 lots, 15 minutes, $500 on this trade, right on this spot right here. This was a $500 trade going from an 18-ish, was it 18.5 down to 18-16-ish run. That was roughly $500 right in that move right there. Quick $500 and in 15 minutes. And that was from, what time was that? It's basically 7:30 to 7:45. All right, 15 minutes after you got off work, could have made a quick $500. Do that 4 times in a day. You're at $2,000 a day. And at the end of the week, you're at, I don't know, what's 2,000 times 5? That's $10,000 a week. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. There goes the run. There goes the run. Not yet. Not yet. One more turn. I missed that first spike running my lips. So what I'm looking for, right? Consolidated. I'm looking for this mouth to open. Right here is playing a little bit. If I switch over to traditional candles, you'll see I've got a lot of jumping going on. Right, looks like it actually sort of matches my hat and my sweater. Merry Christmas, by the way. Sort of matches my hat and my sweater. So what I'm waiting for, see, I've got sellers jumping back in the market, so I want to wait a little bit because I just don't want to do drawdown. I'm just like anti-drawdown. Like don't want to do a lot of drawdown. I just want to take my profit, get in, get out. Take my profit, get in, get out. Right? No sense in scalping. Right? When you're scalping, there's no sense to jump into a drawdown situation. You might as well just take the profit and run. If you're scalping and you've got a decent lot size set up, you can get in and get out and make a couple $100 very, very quickly. Like I said this morning, $112 and literally did it in, let's see, 48 to 44, 4 minutes, $112 in 4 minutes. I'll take that all day long, right? What about you, babe?
Yep.
Yep, she said yep. So that's what's fun. And I've been enjoying this. Let me jump back to my Heikin-Ashi candles, right? Just watching these indicators, using the Heikin. That's all I'm using. Now, if I want to jump in and do some other verifications for trends wise, I can turn on my cloud to see, as you can see, if I'm using my cloud as an indicator. I've got my lagging span way above price, which means we're in a buy. I've got my cloud all in the buys. Everything tells me I'm going up. I've got a little bit of consolidation cloud here. But everything tells me that this is running up, right? This is running into long positions. It's going to come to at least 1817. I have a feeling I want to back test this on some higher time frames, but it's probably going to go all the way up into the 1820-ish, 1824 range. It's Wednesday. Good trading day. Good trading day. Hopefully I can get this all knocked out before I got to jump on some calls here this morning. And we know there's always the 730 spike, right? 730 spike on gold. It's going to do something. It actually might spike here, right? It might spike this way, come back towards the cloud, and then run this way. Now we know typically if the rules of the cloud exist, right? You see how I got in this trade just above the cloud? I wasn't even using the cloud. I got in right here, right? And I ran it up here, and I closed the trade when I started to go in the opposite direction. My profit, if I would have got out right on this candle right here, I would have made like another $30. But that's okay. We're all good to go. Lagging spans above the price. Price is above the cloud. This tells me everything here is a buy. I've got a lot of doji light candles jumping in here, and I'm looking for a big blowout here right around 7:30. It's going to take off, and I have a feeling it's going to go poof, and it might do it sooner than 7:30. We'll keep an eye on it. Sometimes it's 7 o'clock ish. Oh, did you see this cool sweater? Look at this. If you can see him, it's got an abominable snowman, but I've got a cup holder right here in the front, right? So I can put my drink in here, right? Ugly sweater day, ugly sweater Wednesday, right? So if you got an ugly sweater, challenge you to wear it today while you're doing your lives, right? So that's the commercial interruption there. Yeah. Come on. Watching. Happy Wednesday. Merry Christmas. Man, I'm excited. I'm going to be 60 years old here in about 10 days. Absolutely awesome. And not quite. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to jump over to traditional candles. Take a look at this. Yep, there we go. Got my MACD on the bottom. Hit the buy button. Probably going to get open this up so I can close it when I'm ready. And we'll see how that pushes up. I'm going to go back to my Kanashi candles. And again, it's nice to have a second confirmation on stuff when you're doing things like that. And I'm just waiting for some more profit to jump in this and then close this bad boy out. Trading on Wednesday before Christmas, right? Just hanging out, waiting for it to push up here, and we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and go in and set this so I don't have to keep an eye on it. Hit the modify button and set my take profit since I'm on a scalp at 18, 17, 15. How is that? 18. Let's see. 18, 17.15. Hit the modify button. And now I don't have to think about it very much. Let's adjust the coordinates on this bad boy. 5. Looks like we got some consolidation going on in this move here. And I'm just gonna wait it out. Got my take profit set. So as soon as price hits this, it'll automatically close on me unless I'm watching my MetaTrader 4 and I decide to close it out sooner. I'm always about just taking the money and running, right? Especially when you're scalping. Sometimes it's best if you're in the profit and you see it, just pull the trigger, take the money and run, and then and wait for another entry, right? Cool, fun trading Wednesday before Christmas. Don't know what y'all have planned for the rest of the week. I know I don't have a lot. I'm probably going to chill out and not do a lot. Just do some projects around the house, get the house all ready for Christmas, for visitors, do all that kind of stuff. Let's do some maintenance around the house. There we go. Run up there, bad boy. Run up. All right. So we got going Boy, it's just bouncing all over the place here. And what I've discovered, right, depending on how your trades are set up, you can make quite a bit of money. Just say going from like in the gold from 1815 to 1817, you open up a trade in that range, depending on how many buyers and sellers are in the market, you can make a nice little decent amount of money in a trade like that. Boy, they're just playing around this morning. I'll open up traditional candle so you guys can see it, right? So it'll drive you nuts. Here, buyers and sellers jumping in the market. Buyers and sellers jumping in the market. And that's trading, right? Trading 101. Buyers and sellers. Every now and then there's going to be that 730 spike. If it does the spike in the direction that I anticipate for today, depending on what the dollar's doing, if the dollar's tanking right around 730, in other words, if the dollar does a right-hand turn and goes south, gold's going to take a left-hand turn and go north, and it'll probably jump all the way up to that 1724 area, somewhere up there in that range. Let's push up, push up, push up, push up, push up. You got to be really, really quick, because if you miss it, sometimes you can be on a positive and it'll turn negative really quick on you, especially when you're running large lot sizes. I'm actually trading based on my account balance. I'm trading at a 2 lots right now. So I've got a pretty good lot size running. If you're brand new and you've only got a couple $100 in there, 2 lots isn't a really good idea, because you would have just lost all of your money. just like that. You're like, how come my trade won't close? Because you don't have any money left, right? So if you're trading down in the, under $1,000 or something like that, and some smaller amounts, you want to keep your lot size down like a 0.5 or something like that, 0.05, somewhere in that range, so you don't lose all your money. If you've got some larger account balances, then of course you can put in larger lot sizes for sure and trade with that. Boy, it's just giving me some grief trying to push through that. There we go. Yes. All right. That was another $84 right there. Awesome. So I'm at $196 for the morning. What? And we're talking like this is it. This is how you do it. Now, the 730 spike is getting ready to hit. Let me hit a refresh on my screen here. And we're going to bring it back. And we're going to pull this down here just a smidge, because the 730 spike is getting ready to hit. So I want to make sure I'm prepped for that. So yeah, it's a fun day. And my goal is to eventually get to where I'm at $2,000 a day. Yep, I said at $2,000 a day. It's $10,000 a week. That's times 52. What is 10,000 times 52? Oh no, it's a big number, right? Yeah, baby, this can be a lot of fun, and you can do it in like 5-minute increments. I mean, here's the option, right? Here's what I'm thinking about. I can sit in front of my computer for 8 hours a day on a job, or heck, I can sit in front of my computer here for 15-minute intervals here or there, maybe hour intervals, maybe 3 or 4 hours in a total day, and make $2,000. Let's see, $2,000 a day, 3 or 4 hours, $80, $200 a day, maybe on a job, 8 hours working for somebody else, working for me. I don't know, right? I'm just saying. But this is using the chandelier, and you'll notice you got a buy signal way down here.
I'll be back.
Let's see. running. And just waiting. And I'm looking at my MACD. One of the biggest challenges when MACD gets above the zero line, you typically know there's a lot of buyers, but we've got some consolidation going in here. You can use the cloud as a backup indicator just to get an idea of, where you're going for the cloud. If I want to throw in a third indicator, I can, something like the FAST system. You notice this is all just straight buyers. I can use all these indicators, right, to help me stay in the market. One of my favorite I've talked about, of course, is the Oracle, which runs right along with the cloud in most cases. But everything here is telling me this bad boy is pushing up. I've got my green SARS. I've got a green X that should have popped in somewhere down here in my FAST system. So combining all of these together, right, everything here is telling me that I'm in a buying situation. Everything is buyers. I've got buyers here. I've got buyers here. I've got buyers here. Everything here is telling me buy. Again, this is on the 1 minute chart, right? This is scalping, 1 minute chart. You can still scalp and do a take profit just like I did. I set my take profit. That way, if I'm not paying attention right now, if you're looking at MT4 and you're on your phone, it runs on the 1 second interval. It's like doing like this all the time. So you've got to keep an eye on it based on where it's going, because it's going to run just a little bit different than the candles here. Let me switch over to traditional candles. I could upgrade my trading view to where I could see seconds, but I think that would drive my brain crazy, right? Trying to watch it do this, and I can do it on my phone, but I don't know if I want to watch it on trading view. Once it breaks this 1817 barrier and 730, I'm waiting for that spike again to jump. And not this candle, not this one. It's getting closer to 730, and it's always weird at 730. I don't think we've got any big 730 news today. It's Wednesday. It's all Canadian news today. If you're trading the CAD, you might want to go look at that as some opportunities to trade. If you're trading the Canadian dollars, they've got a bunch of red folders. They started with some yellow folders last night for retail sales, and ran into a bunch of red folders this morning. U.S. dollar is going to make an announcement at 9 o'clock Eastern, which would be 8 o'clock our time. Consumer confidence index. We'll see where that's at. Maybe people are starting. If you've been to the mall lately, it looks like everybody and his brothers, sisters, nieces, and aunts, and some friends all went to the mall together. It's been crazy over there. So, babe, are you still here? Okay. So, she's got a bunch of stuff she's doing for the JOB, and of course got her on a really cool retirement plan as well. She's been working for the county for quite a while, and she's about this close to getting her retirement stuff from them. So we're hanging out, holding our fingers crossed to get her across the finish line for that. It's going to be a huge celebration to get her jobless. That's going to be fun to be able to celebrate that and make sure she's all set up and got some real good retirement money in her retirement account as well, so we can enjoy life together and not be stressed as old people financially. Definitely don't want to be in the position my mom was in. Nothing bad about her, but living on welfare and food stamps is no place to be. Social Security is going to be nice when it kicks in. Whatever heck I get that in a couple of years, I'll definitely take that along with all the other little stuff that I get. So not complaining about that. It's money. I'll take money any way I can get it, pretty much. But making it on my own trading is a lot more fun. And I would challenge you. I challenge you. Today is going to be a good day to enroll in class. G Money's doing a boot camp at 8 a.m. this morning. Then he's doing another one at noon, and there's a Spanish class and there's a crypto class. Today's, as a matter of fact, the live I think I did a live last night on it. There's just a lot of classes going on today that you can jump in if you're brand new and listen to the live classes. One's at 8 a.m. Central, then there's a noon Central, then there's a couple at 8 p.m. and there's some Spanish ones in between there. There's some crypto classes. You can jump in and take those classes while you're doing it. Of course, you do the Forex FX 101 basics. You get through all the basic classes, and you can jump in the live classes. You can jump back and forth. And the next thing you know, a couple of years from now, you've got the skill basically to do some stuff like this and figure out if you want to scalp, if you want to be a swing trader, if you want to be an intraday trader, if you want to trade gold, if you want to trade oil, if you want to trade Tesla or Disney, if you want to just trade Forex, if you maybe want to learn to trade crypto market's fixing to blow up. Now, one of the things I'm looking at here is candle size, right? When you get a lot of candles here, everybody's coming in, they're getting their coffee, right? If I jump over to my Heikin-Ashi candles, I've got some really small candles going on. I'm looking for big candles. I'm looking for big push-up candles. A lot of them have been really small overnight. I like to look at my Oracle. If my Oracle does a straight run north, this price is fixing to bust loose. I want to make sure that if my MetaTrader is open so I can hit that buy button. When it does that, it's ready to take off like it's doing. That might have been a fake out right there. So I just talked about the Oracle. Look what it just did, right? I'm going to wait on that next. I'm going to wait on that next candle to see what it does. I'm going to wait on that next candle to see what it does. I can switch over to traditional candles and see where it's pushing, right? Yeah, we're getting ready for the 730 push. You're gonna have to be fast on the trigger to grab some dollars on this. Only wait till this next candle pops in, and we'll see if it's gonna be a straight run here. I like to wait for the candle to open, then go in 15 seconds, and then pull the trigger. We'll see. And 57. Oh, see, sellers jumped in there, so that would have been a bad pull. Wait those 15 seconds to see if the candle's going to change to more buyers or not. 46, 45. So we'll hang out on that one for just a minute. We'll wait for the next candle. You rolling out?
Ooh, that thing is just hideous. Oh, God.
That's the point of an ugly sweater.
Ooh, it looks horrible.
Why is she hating on my abominable, my snowman sweater, my ugly snowman sweater? There we go. Abominable snowman. Yeah, I guess that's how you say it, right? So I don't know why she's hating on me. Happy Wednesday. We're trading. Yeah, we're getting ready to go into the 730 spike here. It's gonna be a fun day. Trading. Yep, we got some. It's going now. Let's see, what do we got for my MACD? Let me pull this down here a little bit. Oracle jump. And I'm using quite a few indicators here this morning. Don't have to. I was talking about the chandelier indicator. Again, it's nice to just have confirmations and backups in scalping. You see, I've got buyers in the market. I've got buyers in the market. Got a lot going on here. Of course, sellers always jump in, right? Let's sell our gold so some buyers can buy it, right? So that's what they're doing. They're selling their gold, and then when they're done selling, the buyers are going to jump in and do some buying. And right around the 730 spike that we've got going on, this should be a fun jump to the north. Again, if I would recommend getting into class, sitting down and watching a guy like me trade, and you try to do this, and because you don't understand how to set lot sizes or profits or margins or risk management, you're going to get mad because you're going to lose all your money because you haven't been in class. I'm going to leave that right there, right? Trading on a large lot size and not having enough money in your account to be able to do that, because you're greedy, you're going to get your lunch. You're going to get beat up. They're going to take your lunch box, your lunch money, take your girlfriend's lunch money. All right, sweetie pie, love you. And you're going to be left wanting, right? You're going to be hating yourself. You're going to say the Forex market. I actually had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, I can't. The Forex market's too volatile. It's just not a good place to." I'm like, yeah, it is. It goes up and down every day. It's a $7 trillion a day market. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to call it volatile, yeah, it's always moving. It's always going up and down. But if you learn how to trade, right, you can take advantage of either the long or the short, depending on what you're looking at, right? Got my MACD's turning a little bit. So got some sellers that are going to jump in the market. I've got a huge mouth here, and I'm anticipating. Let me hit refresh, bring it back down here. Let's move that line out of the way. It's usually my 1817 line. Let me put that and change the colors here. Back to purple. And put this on 1817. Just gives me a reference where everything is at. I can pull this line out of here now. Right. So everything is moving up. The chandelier indicator is pretty cool. Yeah, it told me that the buyers are coming to the market, but we have some sellers jump in as well. Good buy indicator, buy. Everything's saying buy right now. And a little bit of consolidation, just hanging out, waiting for the consolidation to hit, waiting for the 730 spike. And if the 730 spike does anything, of course, there's the 8 o'clock news, 8 a.m. Central, which is going to be happening in about a half an hour. That may be another spike. They may hold out until that. I hope not, because I don't want to sit here talking for a half an hour, but I'm not going to either. So I'm probably going to check out here right after the 730 spike either hits or it doesn't. And then we'll take a look at the 8 o'clock news and see what happens with that. See if that jumps in. I'm going to probably jump over in that class with G Money at 8 o'clock and get on the live and jump into that community. Absolutely a lot of fun, man. If you're thinking about trading, there should be a link somewhere in the bio. Simply click on the link, fill out the form in the top. It's going to take you down to choose a box. You're going to choose the one in the middle, right? There's 3 boxes. I think it's the one that says something about anyway, choose the one in the middle. If you have any questions, shoot me a text. If you get lost, you're going to get in there inside the trading platform, inside the education platform on the left. There's a menu. You're going to scroll down. You're going to look for Forex Academy. Click on that. You're going to go to FX 101. You're going to click on that. You're going to start going through those classes. If you want to jump into any live classes, you're going to go with that menu on the left. Go all the way down to the bottom. Click on calendar. And it's going to bring up the classes and what times they're in. They've got an Australian time on the top, and they've got Eastern, Central, and Pacific times as well, depending on where you live, whatever they're going to be at that time zone. So you can jump in and take the classes based on the time zone that you're in. Again, there's going to be one starting here at 8 a.m. here, just in about a half an hour class. If you'd like to jump in that live class, come and hang out. Check out the community. It's awesome. They've got forums and questions and clubs, and you can hook up with other members in there and have all kinds of conversations. You can create trading groups in there if we can get together and trade in WhatsApp and talk about it. Lots of fun, really fun community, really ridiculously affordable, no contracts, nothing to do that. You simply get in, you pay your monthly tuition, and you show up for classes. I would recommend, if you are going to take classes, that you spend at least allocate 3 to 5 hours a week to be able to sit down. And if you can do more than that, if you can do it daily, if you can sit down and find an hour a day to sit in classes and take the classes that fit around your schedule and do that, you're always going to practice with a demo account on MoneyWise. So you're not going to be using real money to learn how to trade. That would be ridiculous, right? To be able to do that. And see 730, getting ready for the spikes. Red SARS told me there were sellers in the market. My Oracle is flat. My MACD is red. So we got to wait just a little bit here. That spike will come really, really fast. It will just jump right in there when it comes, and you won't see it coming. So it's just at this point here in just about 2 minutes, you've got to pay attention. You can't be running your lips and talking, right? Drinking something. You really got to be keeping an eye on this to grab that 730 spike. It can create a nice little bit of money. Everything is running up. Everything is saying buyers right now. There's some sellers in the market. But I'm waiting for this to run up here. As soon as that's over, I'm probably going to go ahead and check out here and go cook me some breakfast and get ready for class at 8 o'clock. And they're trying to push. I'm looking at my MT4 down here on my phone too, so that's a good indicator. I can watch it depending on where it's going. If it starts to turn with everything else. Got all this nice little consolidation going on right in here. Everybody's just sort of hanging out at the 18 mark. And the reason I've got the purple line here again, it's just 1817. It's just a reference line for me. Just gives me an idea of where everything is at. Price is still pushing up. Everything here is telling me price is pushing up. My Oracle is a little bit flat. Lagging span is way above price. Again, I'm on the 1 minute chart. We're doing scalping. This is called scalping. Now, if you want to do an intraday trade, you could have entered the trade here, set your take profit way up here at the 1824 somewhere, just turn it on and walk away. It's probably going to run up there. I'm not sure when it's going to get up to this range. Let me see. Let me go ahead and mark that off. I'm gonna pull it just under 1824 to 1823.85. A lot of times it's easier just to do not want to miss the spike. Do not want to miss the spike. Do not want to miss the spike. Keep an eye on the spike. Keep an eye on the spike. All right. It is 7:30. Again, they may wait till the 8 o'clock news before it really does anything. A bunch of buyers may jump in the market. Looking at my MACD, we may end up with a bunch of sellers that jump in the market first before it does the spike, or the spike might actually be a seller spike, which would mean you do a counter trend trade if that's something you want to do. See, now I just got a sell indicator here, got sellers here. So that 7:30 spike may be a sell spike. Let me switch candles and just take a quick look. Yeah, that would be a counter trend trade if you go this direction. You can, again, you're scalping if that's something you want to do. If that's something you want to do, you can definitely roll into that. But again, you would have got grabbed here. Got a large mouth on this, so this might close back up and do something like this one here did, right? Nice little spike candle there. If you grab that one, that would have been a nice little bit of money. But again, you don't want to do something like jump into this where you see just a lot of this. You'll just be hanging out, driving yourself nuts. Again, I'm not the expert trader. I'm just talking about what I would trade and what I wouldn't trade. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for informational purposes only. Highly recommend you get in class and learn how to trade on your own. If that's something you want to do, there should be a link. Come to Rolling Class. We've got a live class starting at 8 o'clock, which come and hang out, meet the community, and then get in and start taking those basic classes if you do currently do have. Man, I hate that. I start talking a lot. Excuse me. We're gonna wait till this. We'll wait till this finishes out. This little move here. 7:30 is not. Maybe a little bit of delay in that spike, but typically, sometimes it happens right at 7. Right, you'll get a spike right at 7 o'clock. You'll notice if you want to call it, this would sort of be a spike, a 7 o'clock spike going in the buyer's direction. It actually started about 6:40ish and ran up. That would be a spike. It was a buyer spike at 7:30. There's usually a big spike, but again, we've got news coming out at what time did I say that news was at? 9 o'clock here, so in about a half an hour. Excuse me. In about a half an hour, that news is going to kick in. So they may be waiting on the news to do something with this. Let me turn off one of these indicators here, right? Here's what I'm looking for. Let's get those out of there. Let's get this cleaned up. Again, this is my 1817 area. Just like to keep an eye on that. Don't need that anymore. Get that all cleaned up. Right. And when I do an elliptical like this on my 1 minute, this means this is where I entered. Right here, this move, I made $112 in this move in just a couple of minutes. And of course, I grabbed another, I think it was another $84. So total overall, just this morning trading, up $196. And that's running my lips. And those total trade times, one trade was literally from, let's see, that was like 6 minutes on that one. and 4 minutes on that one. So a total of 10 minutes, $196 total trading time. Actual trades open for 10 minutes, $196. I'll take that all day long. Let me jump back over here and hang out for a minute. So that's trading. I'm going to switch back to my Heikin-Achi candles that I like to have. If you have not read the Candlestick Bible, go find it, go get it, read it. It's crazy. If you're into math, learn about Fibonacci's and Fibonacci pivots. A lot of math in there. If you're into that kind of stuff, really, really cool when it comes to learning about Fibonacci's, Fibonacci pivots, Fibonacci trading indicators. All of those are a style or something that you can use to help you trade and get in and get out of the market. Most of the tools are designed to help you enter and get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. That's what indicators are made for, right? They're not robots. They're second eyeballs, like the cloud. Like, for example, the cloud is an indicator that gives you a general idea on, and when you understand how to use the cloud, it can help you get in and get out of the market, right? If I did a sell on this, it would be a counter trend trade because it's going against my 1 minute trend. Now, if I go up to a larger time frame, at a larger time frame, I may be looking at a completely different trend direction overall, right? Overall for gold, depending on what the dollar is doing, right? Again, the dollar and gold are correlating. If you're trading AUD USD right now, and you go to the 1 minute chart, it's going to be doing exactly the same thing as gold. It's crazy, right? It's like it's crazy other toxic girlfriend, right? So if you don't believe me, go to AUD USD on the trading view, open it up and look at it. Go down to the 1 minute time frame. It's going to look just like this. Put on Heikin-Achi candles. It'll look very, very similar moving wise. Matter of fact, I'll prove it to you, right? Not anticipating that spike, but I'm still watching my MetaTrader. Let's come back over here. Let's go to AUD USD right there. We'll hit the refresh on it. Hit the refresh on it. Look at that. Any similarities? Heck, let's turn on my cloud over here. Turn off that one. Right? See it? Very, very similar. Look at that. Very, very similar moves. All right, turn off the cloud. Look at that. Up, 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 up. And you can see it? Run right up there. And some consolidation. Run it up again. So great opportunity if you wanted to trade the AUD USD. You could do it as well. As a matter of fact, take it up to let's see, what would be an equivalent? 16, where are we at? 19 to 23. Man, I hate doing the math on a different one. 19 to 23 is going to be somewhere right in this range right here. For take profit. Maybe a little bit higher than that. Yeah, right there. Do something like that, maybe a 67,238 to take profit on AUD USD. Move. Let's see what that looks like with my measuring stick here. Oh, that's a nice move right there. Again, that's all on the 1 minute chart. Right, got sellers in the market. I'm sorry, got buyers in the market on AUD USD. Just hanging out, waiting. Nice move right there. Turn the cloud back on over here. Let's go in and edit that bad boy on. That's the wrong one. Oh, that's the right one. And we'll darken it up. And darken it up. And we'll save as default. All right. Everything looks the same, right? Cool, cool, cool. And that is it. 1823.85. 1823.85. And I said 1823.85 is my take profit. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the buy button on that one. And we'll wait till that runs up. So what I just did, and we're going to go on here and take a look at that. It's basically a 5-to-1. So I entered at 1819. Let's do some math over here. Gold on a buy came in at 1819.61-ish. 1819.61, and I'm going to 1823.85. 1823.85. What did I say? 1819? I missed a number in there. I was like, what? So if that move pans out the way I just did, that's roughly $800-ish, is somewhere in that range. The trade runs all the way up to here. So we'll see. I'm just going to let it set. I've got my stop loss set in there. So hopefully it's a move up versus the direction. I'm going to go with that for right now. I may set a second take profit right in the 1822 area, right? I may set a second one at the 1822 area. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. 1821.85. All right. And I just did this here. 1821.85 right there. All right. So I'm going to let that run. I'm going to get out of your hair. I'll wait for the 8 o'clock. I want to cook myself some breakfast. I've got my take profit set. Everything's set up on autopilot here. I've got my stop losses set in, and providing that everything goes in the direction this morning that basically, you've got to go back test this, right? I'm not going to get into all that. That's something you need to learn in the class. But this should push up into these price zones. There's going to take a little bit of, there's going to be a little bit of drawdown. As long as everything keeps going in the direction it's going, it should trend up this direction. We may get a little bit, it may come back this direction, which is fine. And I'm waiting for that 8 o'clock news. That 8 o'clock news hits. I've got to keep an eyeball on that, depending on where my profit's at. I'm definitely taking my phone with me while I'm cooking breakfast so I can see it. And if either one of these are getting close to a take profit side, I may just close that. Again, we're looking somewhere a nice little bit of money in this move here, depending on the move that sets that up. So hopefully you guys have an absolutely wonderful Wednesday. Have a Merry Christmas. If I don't talk to you sooner, I may or may not be back. Today's my like last work day of the week, if you want to call it that way. Got some coaching calls this morning. Going to jump on the Grant Cardone call this morning here. Going to jump on the trading call this morning. Again, another great opportunity over here. If you want to trade AUD USD, there it is for you. Great opportunity there if you want to plug into that. It's pushing, right? It's pushing up. Gold's going to turn and push up, and just got to watch the US dollar. Gold just sort of reactive off the US dollar. So is AUD USD. Everything's pushing up here. I'm going to leave it sit right there. We'll see what happens. Got a little bit of drawdown going on here. Got my stop loss set. So hopefully the goal at the end of the day is to make money, not lose money. And we will see where we end up at the end of the day. I love you. I appreciate you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that. We're celebrating his birthday. We're the Ugly Sweaters Day. Ugly Sweaters say, hey, snowman, what's up, dudes? Ugly snowman, ugly sweater day. Put your Christmas hat on. Celebrate Christmas if that's what you do. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators and help you make a lot of money. Merry Christmas, everybody.